This video is sponsored by PelucidFX.com. Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody, let's take a look right now on the gold market. Well guys, it's not much changed since our previous discussion on Friday, since market has penetrated the overbought area and now is strongly overbought. That's why it just has limited ability to continue move high and exceed this top. That has happened in the morning yesterday. Price shows this retracement, but closer to the end of the day it has returned to the halfway of it and closed here. Still market continues its position right at the overbought area. Well, in current weekly research on gold market, I have posted some rumors and opinion of the traders, and shortly speaking, the most traders and analysts tells that current upward motion was not supported by the significant buying from the institutional investors. And if you take a look at the recent CFTC report and then the changing of the storage of SPDR fund, you will see that indeed although the net long position has increased a bit, but open interest hasn't changed much. It means that market participants, the traders, have closed some bearish positions and maybe some others turned them into long positions, but there was no new inflow of the new purchases has happened, and that makes us think and to be a bit worried on the strength and the foundation of this current move. Everybody knows that this action mostly was due some turmoil and news from the Iraq, because as fundamental factors and seasonal trend, demand on the spot market do not support the current upward action. So that's purely geopolitical issues, and such sort of issues and reasons of the market action very often becomes very short in terms of the timing, and not very reliable, because you do not know when it could stop and when it could finish and what will happen next. And very often this is mostly emotional action, and it's very difficult to rely on it and build some long-term forecast based on this action to the upside. Maybe a bit later situation will change and investors really will step in with the buying, and market really maybe will turn to the upside and so on. But right now we do not have this, and that's why we should not be too fascinating with this upward action that we see right now on the gold market. Still, as upward momentum is significant, our short-term task is trying to take the momentum trade based on this recent Morobots who handled this upward action. It's really significant, because after some retracement down, just to exit from the uncomfortable overbought condition, market really could show some upward continuation just by the momentum, some sort of the upward action. It's difficult to say how extended this action will be, but initially we probably suggest that market should reach 1335 or the next fib resistance. That will be also probably the daily overbought again. If market will pass through it, that will be really the warning sign for the bearish setup, because in this case market will form the reversal pattern, a reversal swing. You can see that small stressing swing down. If market will form the greatest swing up, that will be the reversal swing, and that could shift the balance between the bears and the bulls in the short-term perspective. Market really could continue move higher. But right now we will be focused on this target, and our major task right now is to understand what would happen here and what we should do. in the beginning of the next week. Unfortunately, guys, if you take a look at the 4-hour chart, we didn't get the setup that we initially would like to get. I speak about Jordan Napoli brand by the buy pattern, because that really could become the easy and perfect setup. But gold market is not the easy market, and unfortunately we didn't get it. And what we see, initially we thought and we hoped to get retracement right to the first support area, but market instead of that has shown minor retracement here, and we will not get the bread bottom already. But speaking from the Jordan Napoli framework point of view, we could get double ripple sell pattern. If this will happen, market could start this retracement down by another pattern. In this case, even market could show a bit deeper retracement, not just to the 13-even area, not just to the weekly pivot point, but maybe to the confluence support 1287, 1290. Also by this action to retest this previous top. Okay, that really could happen. The major risk here is the point that right now market stands not at some fib resistance on the daily chart and not at some fib extension target. It just stands in the flat and the empty area. It's free area. And when the market forms the double repo in the free area, it not as reliable as double repo, say, at some resistance. And such kind of the double repos that have been formed in the free space has more chances to fail. That's what I am worrying for in the beginning of the week. What it could mean for us? It could mean that market will not start any retracement until it will not hit the target. So it means that market really could continue move higher first and hit this resistance 1330, 1335 area. That will be the 1618 target, the weekly pivot resistance 1, the fib resistance on the daily chart, daily overbought and daily chart, and only after that we'll start move to the downside. That's the alternative scenario that we could get on the gold market. Of course, we prefer to get the retracement first and the upward continuation second, because it will give us double opportunity. First is to scalp buy, is the momentum trade right to this action to get the profit approximately the 30-40 bucks per contract. That will not be small move. And second, here we could think, at least we could think about the taking short position. But if market will accelerate right to this area, we will not be able to take the short position here. Long position here, because we will be at the resistance. It will be not quite reasonable to take the short position, long position. But all that we could do is just to take in the short position here with the possible retracement down. But whether we will get the sufficient context for taking the short position, it will be another question. Because after this strong action to the upside and bullish trend here on the 4-hour time frame chart, the existence just to resistance on the daily chart could be not sufficient for taking the short position. That's why it really will be very difficult and choice if market will continue move up first. And this could be really sophisticated situation on the gold market. But let's do not gamble about the possible scenarios, and just will be watching for action in the beginning of the week. If market will shift to the downside on Monday and Tuesday, that will be just perfect, and we will try to take the long position route either on the 13-even first support or from the confluence support. If not, then we will see what will happen, and after that we'll make an update and we'll decide what to do next.